Have the right contingencies in place. Hi, my name is Fong Chuan. Welcome to MMMindBites. Now, having contingencies in place is vital for any business, any relationship, in any business partnership, in anything in life, because it allows you to really assess what may or may not happen, what problems you might see, and then having those contingencies in place will allow you to go through it and act accordingly so that you know what you can do if something does happen, whether it's a tenant issue, whether it's a contract issue, whether it's whatever issue it is, an event issue. You know you have contingencies in place. You might have a backup event location. You might have your coach that you can confide with. You might have a lawyer that you can talk to. And this is vital for your business, vital for your programs, vital for whatever it is that you do, because it allows you to act accordingly and be able to act right away so that you don't have to second guess, and you may or may not put yourself in danger if you know exactly what you're going to do. Now, this came up because recently I was in a taxi cab and I was just asking about what their everyday life is, what's it like driving people around, what do they do when they face problemsome customers or having problems with their customer that they're driving. And the story that they told me was pretty interesting because I never knew something like that would happen, or maybe never thought what I would do in that situation. And luckily they have contingencies in place before any of this does happen, so they know exactly what to do. Now, what happened was this taxi driver picked up a customer that was wanted by the law. They were somebody that's committed crime or did something illegal. Now, once he realized who he didn't want to give it away so that the person knew that he knew who he was, but at the same time he wanted to make sure that he was safe. He wanted to make sure that this person was taken care of and that somebody was there waiting for them so that he wouldn't be in trouble. So what he did was he complimented them. They had code and they called dispatch and all that kind of stuff, and dispatch called them back, and all he kept on saying was, oh, what a wonderful customer he was, what a sharp dressing person this person was, and kept on giving compliments and compliments and compliments. And this actually made the customer feel very good. But what the customer didn't know was this is code to the dispatcher that he had somebody that he was concerned about, he had somebody that may or may not be wanted by law, and all these things were code so that the dispatch knew that he was in trouble or he was with something that may or may not be a problem. And luckily enough, the situation solved itself. He was dropped the person off at a location where the police was on the way and whatnot. But it was because that the contingencies was in place for him to act accordingly. He was calm. He knew exactly what to do. Now, this is no different if you have a business issue, when you have tenant issues, you know exactly what to do. If you have your coach there and you can confide with them and talk to them and see what you can do. If you knew the Tenancy Act and you knew the court system, you know what your process is, you know what steps to take, you know who to talk to. You have contingencies in place so that you can act accordingly, so that you could be calm and worry about all the other stuff and not these specific problems, because you know exactly what to do. So have the right contingencies in place and you will succeed. You will be able to apply your mind onto more growth and more advancements, instead of worrying about stuff that problems might stunt you from acting, because you already have those contingencies in place. So remember, have contingencies in place in your life, in your businesses, in your contracts, whatever it is, in your events, so that you can act accordingly. Remember, today is the day where you can unlock your potential. I'll talk to you next time.